In the personal story segment tonight, Paula Deen made an emotional appeal for forgiveness this morning in her first TV interview since being fired by the Food Network for using the N-word.
If there's anyone out there that has never said something that they wish they could take back, if you're out there, please pick up that stone and throw it so hard in my head that it kills me.
Do you have any doubt in your mind that African Americans are offended by the N-word?
I don't know, Matt. I have asked myself that so many times because it's very distressing for me to go into my kitchens and I hear what these young people are calling each other. These young people are gonna have to take control and start showing respect for each other and not throwing that word at each other.
Now, a lot of these kids are getting their cues from pop culture. Take a look at these lyrics from Drake. He's one of the biggest hip-hop music stars alive now. And as you can see, these lyrics are pretty reprehensible. And that song, by the way, is #8 on the Billboard hip-hop chart. But back to Paula. Here with Reaction, Deneen Borelli, a Fox News contributor, and joining us from Atlanta, David Johnson. He's the CEO of Strategic Vision. It's a PR firm and a branding agency. Let's start with you, David, because I know you're not a fan of Paula Deen, to say the least. I mean, it was a painful interview to watch. I mean, it was to watch, to experience, to see. She was weeping throughout most of the interview. She believes that she's been targeted because she's successful and perhaps for other reasons. And she said, look, I haven't used that word for 30 years. She's lost her TV show, she's lost her restaurant gig, and she'll probably lose a lot more. Is this fair if indeed it's true that she said this word 30 years ago?
Well, the key thing is that we're really not criticizing her for what she said. More than anything, why she's losing these gigs and everything is how she's handled the crisis afterwards. It's her failure in the first 48 hours to apologize and really get in front of the story that's the reason the Food Network and others are leaving her. Is it fair? Look, it's reprehensible that any of these rappers, that anybody uses the N-word. We've heard Oprah Winfrey, we've heard Bill Cosby and others say these rappers are as bad as these racists who use the N-word. There is no place for the N-word. But from a PR standpoint, for Paula Deen, the bigger thing, it's very much in politics, it's always said that it's not the crime, it's the cover-up that gets you in trouble. For Paula Deen, the problem hasn't been what she said, it's the way she's handled the damage control afterwards.
Well, what can she do, Deneen, at this point? I mean, she's gone and done this interview. It was, again, extremely emotional, to say the least. You get the sense that she's become, you know, it's kind of a pathetic thing, but she says it's unfair. Like, her record, I don't watch her show, I really don't know much about her, but she apparently has been a big success, and she's not like she's had a history of these kinds of comments. At least I'm not aware of them.
Well, first of all, she's a cook, so she has absolutely no idea how to handle such a situation
she's a rich
like
cook,
this.
Though, right?
She is a rich person, yes, but she has apologized for something that she did that was wrong, and for the media, the public, to keep continuing to pound her about this issue when in fact she has owned up to her actions and what she did, and she has apologized. I say let the free market decide whether her books sell and her appliances and her whatever else, the TV show, all of that. Let the free market decide if her career continues or not.
The market is deciding. I mean, a lot of these companies
are
dropping
but a lot of her core fan base is still
What about her argument that look, the culture has steeped itself in language that's reprehensible and demeaning to I think implicitly she's saying to women, to everyone. And look, you have to go through the Billboard hip-hop chart, and it's hard to find one song on the chart that doesn't use some offensive word, and the N-word is used in one of the titles of one of the top 10 songs now.
Right.
But it's okay, right, because it's authentic and it's street and it's urban and it's the way that people talk. So it's considered okay for certain people to use that word, but not for Paula Deen because she's a white lady from the South.
Yeah, that's why there's a huge double standard when it comes to this issue. She's being vilified for something she did years ago, which she already apologized for. But on the flip side, yes, we have music, we have videos, we have young children who are hearing these words on a regular basis and acting out on what they hear.
Now, David, what's your response to that? I mean, the culture is what it is today.
The culture is what it is, but it's not just one isolated incident with Paula Deen. Let's not forget in that transcript, she also referred to Jews. She also had a plan that she scrapped about, doing a party that was pretty much reminiscent and celebrating the plantation style.
That was bizarre. That party was bizarre. That was that wedding reception
bizarre.
or something? I didn't get that thing at all. That was weird.
And the market is deciding. What we're seeing, yes, some people are rallying to her, but more and more, not just the corporations, but some of her fan base is beginning to desert her as well. And the problem for Paula Deen is the way that she handled this crisis. That's why we're still talking about it.
What could she do, though?
Yes, she apologized,
what should she do? Should she immediately say, I'm going to hire a minority consultant to help produce my show or be a co-host? I mean, what would she do?
I know what you don't do.
Well, the first thing she could have done was gone on the Factor
for help.
That would have been good. Bill would have loved that.
What you don't do is go seek Jesse Jackson. He's seeing that she's weak, and he's an opportunist, and he's just going to go after her for her money.
That's my prediction. Jesse will save the day for Paula Deen. That's what's going to happen.
Well, I mean, Jesse's already saying that she's got to settle the lawsuit. He's not there to help her. He's there to promote himself.
Up next, more courtroom drama and the Zimmerman murder trial.
Atlanta, I'm Parker Wallace.
This morning, there is more bad news for Paula Deen following her admission to using a racial slur. And now the shopping network QVC is considering severing ties with the celebrity chef.
QVC does not tolerate discriminatory behavior. We're aware that there's ongoing litigation that's examining the situation. We're watching those developments closely and reviewing our business relationship with Ms. Deen.
In a lawsuit deposition, Deen said that she used the N-word in the past, and she recently issued an apology by posting video statements online. Last week, the Food Network decided it will not be renewing Deen's contract after it expires at the end of the month.
Well, meantime, many continue to weigh in on the controversy. Atlanta Mayor Kasim Reed took Deen to task on national television. When asked about Paula Deen on NBC's Meet the Press, Reed called that situation very unfortunate and totally unacceptable. We spoke to a local public relations expert who says Deen can expect the situation to get worse before it gets better.
Oh, it's a major blow. While Paula Deen her personal empire expands beyond the Food Network. The Food Network really is synonymous with Paula Deen, and it's what made her. So to lose that is really to lose part of her whole brand identity.
Well, experts say Deen has a lot more people attacking her right now than defending her. That means it could be tough to win back advertisers and endorsements.
Good morning. Trouble for celebrity chef Paula Deen. She lost her TV show on Friday. Now key sponsors are looking at their options. The news comes after Deen admitted using racial slurs in the past. Don Daler is with us. Don, good morning.
Good morning, Nora. Her startling admissions came during a deposition in a lawsuit filed against her by a former employee. After they surfaced, the Food Network said it was cutting ties with Paula Deen. And now the question her fans and her advertisers are asking is who's next?
For Paula Deen, it's out of the frying pan and into the fire.
Oh, these look so good.
The Food Network launched her into superstardom in 1999. So when it dumps Deen at the end of the month, the linchpin of her culinary empire will also disappear.
We roughly saw that she was bringing in revenue that was related to the Food Network and everything close to about 11 million, 11.5 million.
Other sponsors also distanced themselves. QVC and Kmart, which sells Deen's cookware and books, both said they were reviewing their options. QVC added, "We have no immediate plans to have her appear on QVC."
I can see my cream cheese squirting out of that one right there.
And Kraft, maker of Philadelphia cream cheese, told CBS This Morning it hadn't worked with Deen since early 2012, and we don't have a current relationship with her.
It's almost like blood in the water with a shark, and the other advertisers now are going to begin panicking because this story is not going away.
On Friday, Deen had tried to keep things from bubbling over by issuing not one.
I want to apologize to everybody for the wrong that I've done. I want to learn and grow from this.
Not two.
The pain has been tremendous that I have caused to myself and to others.
But 3 apologies for using the N-word some 30 years ago.
The last 48 hours have been very, very hard.
Diabetes drug maker Novo Nordisk said Deen would continue to serve as a spokeswoman. Smithfield Foods, a longtime Deen sponsor,
Just look for that ham in that pretty blue package with my picture on it.
did not respond to requests for comment. And many of her fans said the queen of Southern cuisine deserved to be forgiven.
I think it's a learning lesson for her, and it's a learning lesson for the people that do forgive. So I would forgive her.
The Food Network's decision has caused a backlash of its own. Many of her angry fans flooded its Facebook page with comments like, "Please bring Paula Deen back, and I will no longer watch the Food Network because of the unjust treatment of Paula." Charlie?
At 5 this morning, there is more bad news for Paula Deen following her admission to using a racial slur. Now the shopping network QVC, they are considering severing ties with the celebrity chef.
QVC does not tolerate discriminatory behavior. We're aware that there's ongoing litigation that's examining the situation. We're watching those developments closely and reviewing